Whoa, it's your boy, they call me Dog, and I'm right here at Ground 3 Media. You feel me? Tapped in with Mike on the mic. You already know what it is. If you rocking with him, how I'm rocking with him, you already know.
Yo, what it do, family? It's your favorite host, Mike on the mic from the Vibe Perspective Podcast. Tapped in with my guys at Ground 3 Radio, DJ OK. Man, we back at it again for another Vibe Style Wednesday and another series of interviews. Shout out to each and every one of my listeners. Make sure you take the time to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, man. We working hard on these videos. I tell y'all every time, and y'all support. I see it. As soon as I say it, I see it in the comments. I see it. You tapping in, and I appreciate all of the stuff y'all put into us, because we put a lot into these videos, man. The whole team is working super hard. And like I said, every video, be sure to call us at 443-377-1872. Again, that number is 443-377-1872. We got a super special guest in the building with us, man. You got to say his name like a Tribe Called Quest, man. You got to say his name like a pimp named Slickback, man. You got to say it with the Ebonics. Put some Ebonics in your voice, you know what I'm saying? We got They Call Me Dog in the building. What up, bro?
Yeah, whoa, what it is. They call me Dog, you feel me? Mr. Fuck Your Beat, Mr. 925 himself, you did.
Yes, sir. Man, to my listeners who want to learn more about his work and some of the things he's got going on, go over to @DeyCallMeDog on IG. That is DeyCallMeDog on IG as we go through the interview so you can match the work to the man himself, man. We finally made this happen, bro. It's a time coming.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. And I'm here.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for having me here, for real.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you for stopping by, man. You know, we're going to get into a lot.
It's all good. I mean, it's all here. Let's vibe.
I told you, it's a pretty lengthy conversation I want to have. You know, I think there's a lot of stuff that, you know, a lot of people don't talk about in your career. I think there's a lot of things that people bring up, but I don't think they get as deep into them, you know, and I want to try to, you know, paint a large, full picture for the audience that's watching.
Okay.
You know, and that's
I'm with it.
That's with us. You know what I mean?
Let's Bob Ross it up.
Let's paint some pictures for him. You know what I mean? No, for sure. Singer, songwriter, producer, rapper, the whole 9 yards, right?
Oh, yeah, all
you know what I mean?
I'm all over the board like checker pieces.
Yeah, as you gotta be. You know, jack of all trades. You know what I mean? I think 1924 Music Group, you know what I mean?
1924 Music Group, big shout out to 1924, Waleed, Malcolm, you feel me?
Yeah, for sure. Big shout out to them, man. Big shout. We're going to get more into that a little bit later, and I definitely want you to tap in wherever you find fit to bring that up.
Okay.
But, you know, I definitely want to start, you know, like I do every interview, like everybody I sit across that I'm a fan of and that I respect. You know, I got to start from the beginning, you know, and I think one of the things you mentioned prior was that, like, you started, like, writing at 12.
I did.
Know? And
you did your research.
That's the response I need.
That's what's up. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. And I mean, I want to tap into that for a little bit, and I kind of want to ask you about your experience around that time, because like I think now you've kind of like you've taken the position of like you actually don't like writing very much.
I don't like writing because of the way I write. Like it's crazy because like so. I like the right complex, but simple at the same time.
Sure.
You dig what I'm saying? But also effective.
Yeah.
So after recording 2 minute and 30 songs, like realizing that it took me maybe an hour to write it, it was like, man, fuck this shit. Like, you know, like nah, bro. Like, you know.
Yeah. Right. It takes me like 10 hours to write, and then I make 5 songs that's 10 minutes.
Yeah, like bro, like all that time for like 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Like, like come on, bro. Like, but at the same time, you know, it's I like what I come up with when I do it, when it happens. So
no, for sure. And speaking of recording, I mean, I think you started recording at 16.
16,
right?
Yep.
Shout out to Fish, right?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
He paid for your studio time, right?
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Tell us some more about that, like around that time, being 16.
It's funny because, like, around that time, I was in a group home, and, like, my pastime was pretty much, you know, getting instrumentals and writing to them. So, like, one thing I did was I went through the yellow pages. Shout out to who remember the yellow pages.
Hey, yo.
I went through the yellow pages and looked up all the studios in Baltimore, and all the recording studios in Baltimore, all the record labels in Baltimore, and I called them. Left voicemail messages and stuff, and Fish, he was the one that called me back. You feel me? And you know, we linked up, and you know, he took me to it was Afrijam Records, and and got it in for a little while, and that's how that started.
Yeah. That's dope, man. That's dope. I think like you might have mentioned in a previous, like somewhere, I do research everywhere, so I can't even tell you exactly where I got these things from.
Okay.
But I probably can, you know what I'm saying? But it's my method.
Hey, look, he definitely went back. Okay.
I think like your first rap was like Over Just a Friend, right? The Mario joint, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. I was in Pimlico, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think that's when that came out. And I thought about it walking to school. I thought about it walking to school, and it was like, yeah, I was like, oh, this is smooth, and it's alright though. Don't ask me to do it because I don't remember it. Yeah, I don't remember.
I wasn't gonna ask you that. I need to see if we got like any old recordings of that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it probably I don't know. It could be somewhere. I don't know. Yeah.
That's gold now. That's a lot of money now.
It is. Definitely could be very valuable. Look, don't be going to look nowhere neither.
You heard him. Just stay in your seats. Stay in your seats. I mean, you know, and I think that's interesting too. Like from being, you know, in Baltimore, you know, around that time, like that was a smash. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that was influencing everybody.
I remember when I heard the advertisement for the open casting for the video.
Yeah. Wow, bro. We got to go back in the lab and find that.
No, definitely. I remember I was in the car. I was in the car on my way to a doctor's appointment that morning.
Wow. Yeah. Oh yeah, you remember it vividly.
Oh yeah. I was hoping my grandmother took me and my sisters, like, you know, but she didn't.
Oh,
she
man.
got the doctors instead. It's all right, though.
It's all good. It's all good. Health is wealth.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Health is definitely wealth.
Health is definitely wealth. No, for sure. And I think, you know, like that's like it's inspirational to hear that that was a pivotal moment in your life that you still remember that vividly. Mm-hmm. I do also want to talk about your inspirations, your influences in terms of music. I think you had mentioned like Off the Wall is like one of your favorite like Michael Jackson joints. Like
Off the Wall is one of my favorite. Is one of my favorite pick me ups.
Yeah. It's how it makes you feel. Like when it comes on, it's it's instant. It is.
You can't fight that feeling.
Yeah.
Definitely can't fight that feeling.
Even like I think Karaoke of 3 Rings, right? T-Pain. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like that was a big influence, and I think I want to get more into your influences, but they used to call you T-Pain back in the day, right?
Jeez, where is he getting this information from? Hey, yo, it's cool. Yeah, they used to call me T-Pain back in Joker. Shout out to everybody out the Joker.
Shout out Joker, man.
Yeah, they definitely Keystone, you feel me? They definitely used to call me T-Pain.
Yeah.
Until somebody that came up there that actually looked like T-Pain. And I was like, man, they was like, oh no, we gonna call him T2. It was like, nah, y'all got that's he's a spitting image. That's his mirror image right there. Oh, man.
No, for sure. I do want to get to your influence though, because like other than those particular, I think I bring those to the audience because like that tells a decent story about like where you are musically, and where you've been influenced by.
Yes.
I want to paint the full picture. So where else do you think your inspiration influences come from in terms of music?
As far as who, like artist wise or just period?
Artist wise too. I mean, I think I got somebody in my head that is really important to you in terms of a rapper specifically. I'm not gonna get into that right now because that's a little bit later down the interview. Okay. But other than that person that I think we both thinking about, who else is that? Is that person, or at least even a song that has like influenced you coming up that like really made your musicality how it is, or at least influenced it in a way?
That's a good question because like I used to listen to a lot of Michael Jackson, so for me sound evolving my sound the actual art of sound. You dig what I'm saying? Being able to like capture an ear, you feel me, and not only capture an ear but capture a feeling. You get what I'm saying? Like
for sure.
That's what it inspires me to like really dig into it. And like I said, I listen to a lot of Michael Jackson music, and I just love like his harmonies and stuff like that.
Yeah, man, stacking 16 vocals, incredible.
All of them. You want to know what's crazy? Because like depending on the right song, I can stack them in like 5.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, we definitely gonna get into your singing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? No, for sure.
Can dig it.
No, for sure. And I think, and that's just interesting. Like, I just think about, T-Pain, Michael Jackson. Like, these are people who are, like, pretty pivotal singers for their time, you know, but also even beyond their careers, they're still timeless. You know what I mean?
They are.
And
they are.
I think with the exception of Michael Jackson, like T-Pain was pretty underrated, right? Like
I do believe so, because like he like influenced the whole culture of music.
Everybody.
You dig what I'm saying? So like, I very much think so.
Yeah, and I think like some of the things I've heard some previous times you've talked, I think you've also felt a bit underrated in terms of like being in Baltimore, in the Baltimore scene, but kind of overall, just in terms of musically, I think you sort of have this outlook of, people may not even see an artist of my caliber when they look at me, but like when I put a joint on for them, it's like, oh shit, like
I've definitely gotten that reaction a lot, and it's gotten to the point where like I almost look for that reaction. It's fun getting that reaction. You dig what I'm saying? Because it's like, hey, how you doing? I'm they call me dog. And they like, oh, what's up, bro? And it's like, oh, what do you do? And it's like, oh yeah, I rap. And it's like, oh, all right. I put something on. It's like this. Oh yeah,
this
like
you?
yeah, like
right,
like and it's like yeah, that's me. And this after a while, it definitely gets enjoyable doing that. I ain't gonna hold you.
No, for sure.
Yeah, for real.
For sure. No, I think after this interview, I think you should never be underrated again. Like
I hope not. You dig what I'm saying? Definitely go check the catalog out. It's out there.
We finna get into some of them too.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I can definitely break some of them down. You dig?
I definitely want to go back to like I want to say like March 2013. Like
okay.
The All the Time remix. Like you did a video like. And everybody knows the infamous "I can fuck you all the time."
Yeah.
One of my joints actually in college. Like we were just talking about me being in college. Graduated 2016. Like so in 2013, I'm in college. That's one of the hottest records.
Oh yeah, definitely was.
One of the hottest records of all time.
Definitely was.
Like if it's not a 2 Chainz or a K Camp record, it was probably that record.
It was definitely that record. Big shout out to them. Big shout out to them for making that record possible.
No, for sure.
And that one for me, like it was. It's funny because it took a while for that record because I'm like, I don't know whether I want to put this out, but I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just let it slide out. And it was a couple people that liked it for real.
Yeah. I fucked with it. You know what I'm saying? I think, every time I sit down to do research for somebody, I have to go as far back as possible and trace those steps all the way to now because that tells me about the progression. That tells me about how hungry you were early and how hungry you are now, and then sort of where that bridge lies, and then sort of to piece together how you want to sound as an artist, how your craft is going to be laid out in front of you. And I think it was nice. It's a pleasure for me to see that you weren't intimidated by a lot of these big records. You were willing to do your own remixes to them and have the confidence to say like, no, I belong here. Like I can actually do a record on this caliber, and let me show you. Like you did the All Me remix. You know what I mean? Like that was like shortly after that. You know what I'm saying? I think Successful Fuck Us mixtape was coming soon at that time. You know what I mean? And I just appreciated that level of confidence just to jump on a Drake record, jump on All the Time, and more that we'll get into. But I also want to bring up Camp Red Eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
shout out to Camp Red. Big shout out to Camp Red Eyes. You feel me?
Tell us about that time, like Camp Red Eyes, and like what was that like in 2013-ish?
So Camp Red Eyes, that's my cousin and his best friend. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to J Banger. You feel me? Shout out to Keys. You feel me? We always used to be in there recording, and as always, I'm smoking. You dig what I'm saying? So like he was just like, yo, let's kill some shit and put it out. And it was like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, and I think Cloud 25 Entertainment came a little bit like shortly around that same time, right?
So Cloud 25 Entertainment actually came before that.
Really?
Yeah, Cloud 25 Entertainment was always a thing, kind of before, like right before the No, I want to say like right in the midst of the Job Corps time.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying? Like right when I was like, okay, this is what I really, really want to rock with. You dig what I'm saying? After a while, I ran into my best friend. Shout out to Reese, I love it.
Yeah. And big shout out Reese.
Yeah, we've been cracking heads since then.
Yeah. For sure. And her name will pop up more in this interview too, by the way.
Okay.
I think I keep going like sort of through the timeline. I think it's about 2016. Like it's Doggy Bitch, you know, that series of projects.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yeah.
like that. Like just hearing all of this music, because it's a lot of music in your catalog. I think one of the things that I didn't really see people discuss much is that like you actually have a lot of like catalog.
Yeah, I definitely got a pretty decent body of work.
Yeah.
Because that was one thing. That was one thing that like I was kind of like observant of with like the bigger artists. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And one thing that I noticed that one thing that I was told somewhere when I was starting early, like, yo, you got to make sure you have something to look at when they're looking at you. You dig what I'm saying? And back then, of course, we didn't have social media camera phones, and so your body of work was your content. You dig what I'm saying? So like, it was just like, fuck it, like I'm gonna do this. You dig what I'm saying? So
yeah. I mean, we keep moving, and then we eventually get to the record Baby Bop.
Yeah, Baby Bop.
Which is like, I think like February 2017-ish, right?
Yeah,
like,
Baby Bop. If you know Baby Bop, if you know about Baby Bop, you know about Baby Bop. That's what me and Reese linked up.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I think that these records are important because like if anyone who's listening, I want to walk them through the timeline and progression. Like I think they should listen to these in the order that I'm putting them.
No,
right?
definitely should.
What I mean?
Like definitely should. He did because like you said, it definitely shows the growth.
Yeah.
You did what I'm saying. So
I think one of the moments that I realized like where the milestone of growth happens was like Rodeo, right? Like, and also shout out to Reese, Fire, by the way. That record is fire, by the way.
Appreciate it.
That was 2017, July, I want to say.
Yeah.
Like that was the moment that I was like, okay. And it's funny because I do a lot of research, I do a lot of interviews, I do a lot of, backgrounds for artists. And it usually takes a little while before that, like, moment happened.
Right. Like, it hit you kind of quick this time.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we moving now, right? Yeah. So, like even the cover was, like, provocative enough for me to be like, okay, well, like,
that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Like, so because of one of my influences, I like to like walk that line of the shock value. You dig what I'm saying? Like, like something that's going to either catch your eye or catch your ear. Like at one point in time, where I needed to make sure my first line was something completely off the wall. You dig what I'm saying?
That catcher, that grabber.
Exactly. You dig what I'm saying? So, like, when it comes to even the visuals, like, I definitely want something. When it came to Rodeo, it was definitely something that I wanted to match the song, match that shock value of what the. She kind of thick on that saddle right there. You dig what I'm saying? So
for sure. And I mean, around that time, like I want to say, like even going up to like February 2018, like Sorry Not Sorry rebuttal. You know what I mean? Like man, like I can tell there's some gains in your craft. Even like the Boot Up verse you did in like March 2018, like fire. And. You look at like the Outstanding video, right? The Dog Mix, I think you called it, the Saw Baby record, right?
Yep.
Like the video, like you were in the studio. You can't just have this many records and not like spend a fuck ton of hours in the studio, like actually putting in real work.
No, thanks.
And tell me about some of the things you were learning, like being in the studio, because I know you've been there for a while, like since you were a young kid.
So
what are the things you're learning along these lines?
So of course earlier on, like one thing I'm big on is like vocal tone. Like earlier on when I was recording, I used to, of course, listen to myself a lot. Like I still really only listen to myself. You do what I'm saying? Because I'm always like critiquing myself or trying to figure out what can I do with my vocal to like not be the same. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You like how can it stand out? So like vocal tone, what like actually giving energy and like making a person feel what you writing. You dig what I'm saying? That was one thing I learned. I didn't learn mixing too early on. I didn't really get the hold of mixing until I met Reese. You feel me? But like breathing, you dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, breath management.
Yeah, for sure.
You dig what I'm saying? Like there's amongst other amongst other things.
Yeah. No, that's dope. And I think, it's a bunch of small things you learn. I think, as you're doing it, you, like, little small, tiny, things like adjustments in a way.
Right.
Like, you learn those on the fly. But, like, those bigger things, like you mentioned, the breath control, like, tonality. Like, these are important things that I think, younger people who are coming up, like you did, should be paying attention to. I think the earlier you get these methods down, the better you will be by the time you get to, like, an elder age.
Yeah, no,
even
facts.
mixing, like,
facts.
These are important skills to have, or at least start building on now. So that when you start to piece your career together, it's like, damn, like, this guy's already here. You know what I mean? Like, he's already here making high level, high class, records, like, really, like, quality stuff.
Right.
And shout out to you, because I think, you're learning this pretty early. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, you ain't been rapping that long at this time. This is like 2018.
Right.
Like, this is, you're
early.
pretty high level,
right.
And it only gets better from there.
Right. No, then I know, like, I still have the attitude, but, like, even then, it was just more so, like, I want to be able to make timeless music. You dig what I'm saying? Like I said, even now, like, if I make something now, I want it, like, 20 years down the line, be able to be played. You dig what I'm saying? And people go, oh, this is my shit, and actually bump to it, versus, oh, I remember this and then change it.
Right, exactly.
You dig what I'm saying? So,
for sure. I mean, we keep going to, like, the Fuck Your Beat Volume 1, and, we'll get to Volume 2 a little later. The DJ Waters, right?
Mm-hmm. Shout out to DJ Waters.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if anybody had any, like, doubts about whether or not you would rip somebody else's beat, I think that was when you let them know.
No, I'm
nobody
here.
beat safe, right?
Ain't nobody beat safe. You dig what I'm saying? Nobody beat safe. If I like it, then I'm walking it.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So
no, for sure. You was smoking shit. You was smoking shit pretty early. Like, Volume 1, to come out that hard was... I was like, all right, how's he gonna follow up? Because I listened to the whole thing, I'm like,
what's your favorite record on there? Favorite record on Volume 1?
What was my favorite record? I gotta check the track list.
Okay.
But I definitely know for a fact. Let me see.
Big shout out to DJ Waters. I hit Waters up. It's like, and it's crazy because, like, I hit him. I talked to him earlier on about doing one, because me and Waters, we go back. You know what I'm saying? So but I brought the idea up to him, and he was like dog, like, whatever, I'm rocking. You did what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, when I came to him with the title, he was like, oh yeah, that's how you rocking. I was like, oh yeah, let's get it. You dig? So and I sent them the Mob Ties, which was the first jump to open up with it, and he was like, oh yeah, I can't wait for the rest of it.
Low key. I was gonna say, like, when you said Mob Ties, I was literally looking at it on the track list. I'm like, it's either Mob Ties or Quiet Storm. Like, but I ain't even gonna lie, it might be Mob Ties now.
I mean,
you kind of made me biased now. Just you kind of biased me out just now.
Well, especially because like, I felt like, for one, I had to kind of, like, redeem myself from the previous Drake record that that I tried and I felt like I flopped on. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna walk this one. Yeah, right. And I had some other shit to say as well.
Man, who would tell you flopped a record? There's some haters out there, man. There's some
I mean,
some naysayers.
I ain't gonna hold you. It's actually rare when I come across somebody who would be like, yo, you trash. You feel me? Like, I've heard that, like, I don't have bars. You dig what I'm saying? But like, to hear like flat out I'm trash, that's like once in the blue moon.
No, for sure. I mean, I think I've seen something to that effect of even a diss record that was, like, inspired by somebody saying you weren't very good, or commenting on,
Look, listen, that's like shooting at me on the record is like
suicide.
It's kind of, because it's like and
that was
not
a play. I
peep. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. You feel me? But if it's not a suicide, then it's a kamikaze.
Let's get the autopsy report ready.
Yeah, you did what I'm saying. So but is other than that, for me, you did what I'm saying. It's a sport to me. So you know, it's fun to me.
Yeah.
However, just don't don't poke at the dog in the doghouse.
Yeah, definitely don't do that. Man, I feel bad for dude. I don't even want to give his name up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not even a part of this interview. But just know there's a sad soul that got destroyed on a couple records.
A couple of them.
You know what I mean?
A couple
like,
of them.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them that I had to put in the coffin.
No, for
it's,
sure.
It's all right.
Any one of those souls, any one of those souls. Pick your pick. Yeah. It's a sad one out there.
Not even in a coffin, in a rose box.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying they should never say nothing. They should never say nothing. That's your fault. You did that. You put it on yourself. You know what I mean?
Just chill.
I mean, and just like we mentioned previously, you know, November 2019, Love Myself, the video dropped, Steven Q. Spielberg. You know what I mean? And like that, I think also watching videos tells me a good story.
Yeah. Because
like just listening to the records are cool because like, you know, artists like you are able to paint pictures, right? Like you're able to like really tell a story, you know, in a way where it's vivid to the listener. But then also pairing that with a video is like, that's special for me because now I'm like, now seeing like how, like, because a lot of people don't like their raps. You know, contrary to popular belief, like a lot of people don't like the shit they saying. They don't like their lyrics.
It's funny because I've always heard people say, "Oh, I don't like the way I sound when I record myself."
Yeah,
it's like, why record yourself? Then? Like why would you do that? Like you know, just don't record. Like just be a songwriter.
Right,
know?
Exactly.
Like just
exactly.
You know, but like I like the way I sound.
Yeah, I can tell you do. Like I can tell you actually enjoy the records you make because even in all the videos, we'll get to some more soon. But like in that Love Myself video, it was like I can tell you like you vibing to this shit. Like you're tuned. Like you're actually listening to the lyrics you're saying. Like you're playing it out. Like you're like sort of doing the body language that matches the lyrics versus just like anything or something that looks like you don't care about
when I'm by myself, I'm in my head. I'm always in a music video.
Yeah. So you've been practicing a lot.
I'm always like I'll be walking to the store like in my head. I'm listening to music. I'm in the music video.
Which record is playing now?
Like for real. So it's like
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think you know one of the other things that I want to talk about is like your features, right? Like. Okay. You know, in addition to your personal catalog, there's like a pretty extensive feature catalog you have as well. Like there's a decent amount of verses that's out there, and you know.
Oh yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, son.
Feature game, right too.
Feature game is right, son.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I don't know how these artists be doing it. You know what I mean? I feel like with Kanye on the Monster joint when Nicki came in the studio, it's like, bro, I don't know, bro.
Listen, look, it's all in, you know, I just love doing music. So like when it comes to, you know, being a feature, I just believe that, you know, when you're on somebody else's song and you're a feature, like you supposed to do your ones and twos.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when I'm on a song, like, it ain't your song no more.
Yeah, right. Facts.
Like, you know, like, I'm not even gonna hold you. It's not your song no more if you put me on it.
Yeah, if Fuck Your Beat didn't tell you already.
Yeah, no, for real.
I'm willing to walk better than you on your own record.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Like, for real. Again, anybody. Nobody's beat it safe.
Nobody's
safe. Trust me, I'm coming for it.
No, for sure. I mean, like, I want to say February 2020, like, Bourgeois Coffee Table. You know what I mean? Okay. Like, man. Shout out Bourgeois Latte, too, by the way.
A big shout out to Bourgeois Latte. Big shout out to Bourgeois Latte.
You know what I mean? I think it's funny because, like, that was around the sort of in this part of my research. Like, this is when I found out, like, your favorite rapper's in. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Okay. And like, you know, I think. All right, let me step back for a couple like words that I said previously about painting pictures. Right? Okay. I think Eminem, like I think you can attest to this. Like he does a really good job of being a vivid image maker for whoever's listening. Right. And I think it's important to bring up this record, and there's a lot more. Right. But there's a certain quality of this record that I found that in your music that was like obvious. Okay. Everywhere else it was like if you wasn't listening, you probably wouldn't catch it. But I was like, oh no, this dude's painting pictures.
Right.
But in this record, it was like, I feel like I'm at the coffee table. Like I feel like I'm in the cafe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like with the mocha cappuccino. Like I'm seeing myself, in this thing, and that's what you're painting.
And it's funny because that actually is actually a jingle.
Yeah.
So you feel me for her radio station.
Yeah.
So like I just wanted, once she gave me the idea of what she was shooting for. You feel me? The theme of what she was shooting for. That's what I wanted to do is paint that picture of, this is what you would hear coming, like coming into a coffee shop or, wanting to sit down, chill, enjoy a latte with your friends and some music or something.
For sure. And you had to get there mentally first before you were able to create that record. Right?
I always try to do that. Try to place myself like actually my setting of whichever what I'm talking about.
Yeah, for sure. Just like, one of my favorite intros to Boondocks. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the stoner, the builder refused. Like, like that also gave me that same feeling of like putting me right into the atmosphere or even the universe of the show before I even got there. And I think that's the point of a jingle, or that's the point of an intro, is like there's this, it's like a transporter.
Right.
Like wherever you were, where you need to be in the intro or that song is the bridge to get there. And I think that was, expertly done on your end, and we mentioned M. I think Soldier's one of your favorite records too, right? Like,
it is. God damn, yeah. He said, okay. It is.
That's my joint. I might have to run this.
It's on a long list of favorite M records for me.
Of course, yeah.
But it's definitely one of them.
Yeah.
God damn. All right. Yeah. Nah, he did his. Where the hell? Okay. All right. Cool. Okay.
No, for sure. So did my joint. I might have to run that after this. I think just because it's crazy.
Oh, yeah. No facts. Oh yeah. No facts. The way he slid on that was.
I gotta go to Soldier then the Renegade because that J verse is always, it does something for me. It does something for me in my heart of hearts. You know what I mean?
Understandable.
And then correct me if I'm wrong, but like, you used to like rewrite M's verses like with your own words, right? Like
I did. That was like part of the way I used to like teach myself how to actually like write. Music. You get what I'm saying? So like because I was already like studying his flow, you feel me? I was like, all right, I'm gonna write my own I'm gonna write my own words down.
Right, yeah.
In the form of this, and like, okay. Boom, that was teaching me cadence.
100%. I was literally about to say that. Yeah. So, now, it's literally written in my notes. Like that was, to me, I think, I love hearing like the process early on of like, what an artist has to do in order to create who they are today, right? Like I think those moments are important because, like you said, it teaches you cadence. It teaches you this like timing, and I think one of the most difficult aspects of rapping is timing. And people really don't give it as much credit as they should.
They don't. They just get on the mic and want to say words, and like, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, cause like even now, like as I've been able to evolve, like I like to jump off track, with my cadences sometimes, but like if you're gonna do it, like know how to jump off the track, pull a Jason Statham or something, action movie on the track,
Damn, I wish I could do the voice. My mans can do a perfect Jason Statham voice.
For real?
I can't do it. I'm not an impressionist.
That's crazy.
No, for sure. But like, speaking of cadence, like I think soon after that, like March 2020, like the TikTok record drops. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Reese.
Okay.
Know I love it. Reese, know I love it. You gotta say the whole name. You know what I mean? I fuck with that record a lot. Like I think you and Reese like floated on that joint. Like and wasn't she like she started as a drummer, right? And then she like sort of worked her way into production.
So no, she
always a producer, and then she started drumming in church.
So no, I think it was a little bit of both.
Okay, so it was at the same time. Yeah.
So like I'm not exactly sure which came first. I don't know. Like I think she was a drummer first. A little bit in church. You get what I'm saying? Before she started producing. Yeah. But no. So.
But that to me, to go to my previous point is like, those early moments matter, right? Like
they definitely matter. Yeah, facts.
What molded you, like early on? Because now a good beat. Like now like in the pocket, like what that sounds like. Once you get to like an actual studio.
In hearing music in the studio when I was in there.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? And like just that feeling. I always say like when I'm in the studio or when I'm listening to earphones and hear a nice ass beat, like I want to feel the bass.
You love 808s, right?
Oh, I love 808s. You dig what I'm saying? Big
for sure.
For 808s.
For sure.
808s and samples.
Yeah.
So.
And speaking of sample, I mean, like, I think wasn't that how you and Reese got like cool? Like she played you on the Jackson 5 sample, or
It was. It was a Jackson 5 sample that she played for me, and I was like, it was I don't remember exactly what Jackson 5 song it was, but the way she chopped it up and threw that joint in there,
crazy. And then there was out of here after.
Oh yeah, no, I played her some stuff from me, and she was like, "Oh yeah, no, we gotta work."
Yeah. That's dope. I'm always. It's always good to hear that two good artists or two good creatives like bond over like good music, and then now they're making fire together.
That's where the Baby Bop record came from.
Yeah,
like we that was a all night session. Working on that, trying to put that together. You dig what I'm saying? And like we bonded over like the intention of music. You dig what I'm saying? And like all the stuff, all the components and stuff that we look at when it comes to music and put music together and stuff. We've been best friends ever since.
No, for sure. For sure. I like the 2-man game is crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, man. Listen, man.
It's going crazy. You know what I mean?
Listen.
Match made in heaven, I think.
Yeah, no, facts.
I mean, and like I mentioned before, I definitely want to stay on that point though, because you did talk about sort of like all night sessions, and I definitely want to bring up 4 a.m. sessions, the EP. But before I get there, like something happened right before that was the Freak Like Me remix with Brazy Luca.
Big shout out to Brazy Luca.
You slid on that, by the way.
I appreciate that.
The song was hard overall, but you slid on that. That's your interview, so I gotta tell you about your part.
No, I appreciate that. No, big shout out to Brazy. You feel me? When I first heard it, like, I appreciate her like allowing me the opportunity to hop on the remix of that. You feel me? Because she didn't have to. You dig what I'm saying? The record already was a hot record.
Already hot. Fire.
You dig what I'm saying?
Fire.
It had potential to be, a very big record when it first came out. And for her to allow me to be able to, remix it and put my verse on it and like even make it even bigger, and big shout out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, slightly after, I think like it was the Incoming album, and then the 4 a.m. Sessions EP. Like that was like an era, like an era. Like, I want to know a little bit about.
I was on the road.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to ask you about that time.
Okay.
How it was dropping those projects. I think Fresh is one of my favorite joints.
Okay.
Like man, Flex on God. Like,
Flex on God, that's
crazy.
one of my favorites still.
Like,
you feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
Inspiration came for those who don't know about Flex on God, like go check that out. I ain't even gonna hold you, like it's wavy. The inspiration came from Bone Thugs with that one.
Really?
Yeah.
I got that West Coast feel because I actually felt like it was like a Ty Dolla $ign kind of esque.
For Flex on God?
Yeah.
No, man, you gotta go back.
No,
right before, right after
the song, the texture of the song.
right after the second verse. You feel me? Like it's like Bone Thugs all the way.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So, yeah, man, gotta.
I mean, but to be compared to the Ty, with that, what we just heard. With him and Kanye is, big
shout out
this
to
is me
that
giving you flowers if you can't.
Trust me, I'm taking them. I appreciate them. So it's definitely so I can still smell them. Yeah,
absolutely. Why you sitting in front of me? You know what I mean? And to keep going a little bit, like November 2020, like I think featured on Live from the Basement. You know what I'm saying? DS. You know what I'm saying?
Big shout out to Drip Santana.
Man, to me. I'm listening to all the features. I'm listening to all the records. I'm like, okay, there's a lot of versatility here. There's a lot of different fields you can go to, a lot of different flows you can, approach, a lot of different rhyme schemes you can do, But then it's like, what about an off-kilter kind of record? Like, what about a sort of rager kind of joint? Like, how, like, and what was crazy is I didn't know how you were going to sound on it. I was, to be honest, please be completely certain, like, specific. like I didn't know how you were gonna sound over those joints because I heard like a little boom pad joint, a little trap joint, a little West Coast joint. Like I'm seeing all of the corners of the spectrum, but then there's this, this sort of like this Rager joint, and I'm like, I had my little Uzi face, you know what I'm saying? I had my little weekend, you know what I'm saying? Party next door. What's your name? Got the club going up. What's your name?
I love McConan. Yeah,
like I had my little, my little father. You know what I'm saying? I had my little,
but Live from the Basement. That I wanted to match the energy.
Yeah.
From that beat.
Which you did too.
Yeah, because that beat, like when you hear that joint, like I said, when I do records, I definitely want to place like the listener in the feeling of whatever I felt from it. You dig what I'm saying? Not just me writing something to appease the listener. Nah, I want the listener to actually feel what I felt or when I wrote this. You dig what I'm saying? And like with Live from the Basement, like when I came on, it just felt like I'm with my niggas. We having fun, but like if a nigga step, no, we ready. Ready trash. You feel me? So like,
yeah. It was refreshing to hear, because now I'm like, okay, well, no beat is safe, right? Like that takes us to like Fuck Your Beat Volume 2. Like I think that was like sort of that 2021 era. Yep. Like, and I think it's 5 total in the series, right?
Is right now it's 4.
4.
I haven't started.
5 isn't released yet.
Yeah,
but it's 5.
I haven't started. I actually haven't started on 5.
Haven't started on 5.
I haven't started on 5.
So how many are you planning in total?
That's a good question. I actually have not decided.
But 5 is in your mind.
5 is 5. Yeah, 5 probably would be the 5 would be like the intermission.
Yeah. So I'm in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm a mind reader.
Yeah, 5 would be the intermission.
But you mentioned 4, and I'm glad you mentioned 4 because like that was the 410 like play. Like that was the all Baltimore beats.
Yep. Fuck Your Beat Volume 410.
Yeah. Shout out because a couple of my joints, the Tay Wilson joint, the Walk record, crazy. Smoke that.
Appreciate it.
Even though it's already a hard record. Mind you, all of the ones you chose
big
was
shout
crazy.
Big shout out to Tay Wilson, George Gambino,
Big shout out.
and Reggie Street for that one.
Big shout out.
I'm saying? Like, I it's funny because every time, like, I've crossed paths with Tay a couple times, and I'm like, bro, like, you feel me? You don't know it yet, but I'm gonna walk that record. Right. Like, you feel me? Like, and it's like, man, when I did, and I sent it to him. You feel me? And he responded with the fire emojis,
Yeah. It's certified. It's a certified remix, huh?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Big salute to you for that, bro.
Big salute. Shout out Tay Wilson, man, for sure. I mean, like, that's one of my favorite joints on that project. And even the Dope Lame joint, like,
the Dope Lane. Big shout out to Dope Lane too. It's funny because I interviewed him on the Vibe University.
Yeah.
And like when I heard that record, I was like, bro, I'm not gonna tell you. Like I told him,
I'm not gonna
tell you. Right. I'm not gonna tell you when, but just know that I'm gonna walk it down. And when you hear it, don't be surprised.
It's me.
Yeah, don't be surprised you don't hear your voice on it.
No, for sure. Smoke them. And I mean, if you haven't listened, by the way, everybody that's watching, if you haven't listened to it, make sure you go through all of the series, up till 4. But definitely tap into 4 because, you know what I'm saying, we got to support home. It's
funny. 3,
it's on Instagram,
3
too,
ain't even 3 ain't even done yet.
Yeah. You did it retroactively, right? Like, so you did 4 is the 410, and then the 3 is next.
Yep, 3 is next. Yeah. 3 is next to be released, and then I'll jump into 5.
Jumping to 5. Yep. No, for sure. You got it all planned out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to catch up to the plan that you already made. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, for sure. I mean, you keep moving. I think, like, March 2021, Angel Dust record featuring Knucklehead. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Knucklehead.
Video drop, stop animation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what you think about the video?
The video, I think, was fire. I think it was creative as fuck.
Cartoon.
It's cartoon. It was stop motion animation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was dope. I thought it was a dope concept because, it actually makes doing a video a lot easier because, like, now you don't have to scope out locations, which I will get into a couple of your other videos that you do locations and do the whole, do the scenes and everything. But I think with animation, you have the ability to, like, whatever you have up here, put it there.
Big shout out to the author that did that.
Yeah.
I don't remember their name, but big shout out to them because I gave them my idea of what I wanted. Yeah. And I told them like just. Like I wanted to be just as I wanted the animation to be as off the wall as possible. Yeah. But I wanted it to be from whatever they imagined. Yeah. You did what I'm saying, and they took that, and that's what they came up with, and I was like, They understood the assignment.
Understood the assignment.
They understood the assignment for real.
So. Definitely, take some shrooms and watch that video. It'd be
you know what? That's crazy. A good idea.
It's probably crazy.
I just started rocking with the shroom, so you know what? That's a good idea. You know,
for sure.
Pop eat a shroom gummy and go watch the Angel Dust video. You feel me? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the song is fire too. By the way, just apart from the video, the song is fire.
Appreciate it. Big shout out to Knucklehead for being a part of that record. You feel me?
Yeah.
For real.
No, for sure. I mean, like I think shortly after that, like you featured on like Into a Freak. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like Visions.
It's funny because Into a Freak was actually right before his Doggy Bitch. Yeah, that was right before his Doggy Bitch era. Yeah. Big shout out to Visions, you feel me? And Zombie Gang Family, you dig?
Big shout out, yeah.
So
yeah. And I mean, again, I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to say it during this interview, but I mean, nobody's beat a safe, and you smoked that verse, and you know. I listen to these songs with the volume on, so I'm not just reacting to these.
Right.
Like anyone who's around me is also reacting to these, and they're just telling me confirmation of what I'm already saying to myself on notes and out loud when I'm listening to these features. Fire, smoking it. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
Just be aware if you got them on a feature. It's
one. I'm not gonna disappoint.
I'm
not gonna disappoint.
For sure.
You feel me? But you know, at the same time, you know, it's your fault I did that if I did that.
You made the beat. You set the stage for me.
Yeah. So you know. Yeah.
No, for sure. I think April 2021. We get to like drown in the video. Shout out Reese, you know, also in the video. You know, record is crazy. Love this record.
We produced that one.
Yeah.
We produced that one from top to bottom. You feel me? Big shout out to Creative Minds.
Who
shot the video.
Yeah.
That was a dope record.
Yeah, for sure. I could definitely hear that in the strip club. Definitely hear that. You know what I'm saying? Little gentleman's, you know, situation. You can definitely play that.
Oh, yeah. I bumped it at the night shift a couple times.
No, for sure. Definitely set the tone, set the mood for sure. 100%. And I'm glad that you're able to get in that bag, too. Like I said, there's always this versatility that I'm seeing, you know, across all of these records. And, like, for you to have a joint that can live there in, you know, in that space is like, you know, that's, you know, tells all the talent.
And hold weight. Hold weight.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
It's not every record can hold weight in certain spaces.
Yeah, that's a fact. So, you ain't lying. Yeah. I mean, and I think, like, you know, Talk My Shit also, like, in terms of features, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Swagmatic. Shout out Camilla.
Swagmatic. Big shout out Kimmy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, smoked it. You smoked it. I mean, here's the thing.
It was just a hook.
Here's the thing. Hookmaster. Here's what I was going to say. Like, I don't make this comparison often, but, like, out of all the interviews that I've done, like, feature killer, like, I take that serious. You know, when I give somebody that title, and what I'm probably going to start doing when I'm doing these interviews is, like, doing, like, 2K badges for everybody. That I'm, you know, because I do a lot of research. Like, I actually get a good picture of who you are as an artist.
Right.
Like, bro, like, 2 Chainz I revere as a feature killer. 100 features in a year. Okay. Smoke, like, 92 of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Classic records.
Right.
You know? It's like, in all of these songs that I've heard all of these features, it's like, all right, well, you know, first, you got the versatility. Second, you got probably the best verse on the song. No bullshit. That's just what it is.
Right. Hey, look.
Third, you got good flow. You got good cadence. And 4, how can you handle a hook? To me, because a lot of good features, you know, a lot of people only are listening to them on the hook. It's like, bro, the hook made the song. That's what really, that's when I knew it was like, drop,
really
boom.
Take it off, right.
You know what I mean? And now I can officially say that you're also a hook killer on top of the feature killer. You know what I mean? Because that was like,
you want to know what's funny? Because amongst me and my circle, like they they all be like, yo, man, like when it come to hooks, like you like that, and I'm like, man, I can't do no hooks like that. My hooks need,
don't sell yourself short.
They be like, man, nah.
Smoking it, yeah.
You. I'm like, all right, okay.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. And speaking of Swagmatic, don't let me miss the Formula record too. You know what I mean? Because
hey, big shout out to Swagmatic. So,
man,
a big shout out to Swag because it's like with me and him on the record, it's like.
Yeah.
It's literally like lyrical sparring because it's like, you know, in a good way though. You did what I'm saying because it's like, you know, when he's on the record, and he brings me a record, it's like, all right, now I know you brought me this record, so now I'm listening to it, and what you're saying on this record makes me feel like you talking to me. Okay, so like, you know,
I take this personally.
Yeah, you know, so when I hop on a record with Swag, you know, I do my 1 and 2, and it's like, you know, when I send it to him, it's like he'll call me like, yo, dog, like check this out. You ain't gonna be coming at my neck on my record. You're not gonna be coming at me, you know. It's like
I'm going to the studio right now.
Like, come on, Swag. Like, come on, Swag. I ain't like it's your first fault. It's your fault you sent it to me. But nah, it's with me and him definitely. With me and him is on the record is definitely a problem with me and him on the record, and we make awesome records. So
for sure. I think I seen you perform that record in Arcade Boutique.
Oh yeah.
Like you know,
it went crazy.
Crazy. In a minute, I'm going to talk about sort of like if you know how you like performing and sort of, you know, that whole thing. There's a whole thing there. I don't want to get into that too quickly, but we talked about wordplay. We talked about like lyrical masterfulness. You know, shout out Swagmatic. You know, I think a little bit I think after that I noticed the Thin Ice record with like Wordplay Vic.
Big shout out to Wordplay Vic.
Big shout out. Like, and I think. Like, you may not be a big fan of conscious rap, you know what I mean? But, like, I think you pair well with a Swagmatic, with a Wordplay Vic, you know what I mean? Because, to me, I'm like, it's about, if you're a feature, there's so many things that go into that. A lot of people just think it's, like, just doing a good verse. Right. Like, no, it's, like, adapting to the record.
No, facts.
Like, it's about, you know, changing tone, like, meeting, like, it's a handoff, right? Like, so if there's already an artist on the first verse, there's a handoff that happens to the verse, to the feature, you know, and I think a lot of people, again, and I think there's a lot of gems we're pulling out, but, you know, the intricacies of music that people just look over is that handoff that happens, that, you know, that baton pass that happens in a record. And I think one of the things I love hearing is the fact that when you get on a record with a lyricist, with a wordplay, you know, masterful person, you're going to match that, like, 1-to-1.
Always.
You know, and that takes some skill.
Or at least I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
You feel me? I always say like if I can't walk your record down, I'm definitely gonna give you a run for your money.
For sure.
You feel me? I'm definitely gonna give you a run for your pen. You dig what I'm saying? So like at the end of it.
Yeah.
You feel me? 10 jazz I want like no cocky, I'm definitely gonna walk it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you outwalk me. So,
no, for sure.
But, you know, that go for male or female artists.
Yeah. Everybody can get his hands.
I'm not gonna let you. Everybody can definitely get the pen. I'm not gonna let you outwalk me. So
no, for sure. And I mean, there's a certain level of synergy too, right?
No, facts.
There's a certain level of synergy you have to have with another artist on a record, and I think, you know, I had mentioned this to somebody who was listening to the song with me. That was like, I think because both of y'all say the hook. Right, like it starts with Wordplay Vic and then it goes to you, and then it's like you can't even tell that y'all weren't like rapping for 10 years together. You know, like you couldn't tell that y'all wasn't in the booth every day, you know, rapping alongside each other, because there's a certain level of intent that comes behind matching an artist on their record, and you did that. You did that really well, expertly.
That's one of my main things that I definitely take into account with featuring on another artist's record is making sure that I mesh well with not only that song, that record, but that artist on that song. You dig what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like if it don't fit, then it's like a puzzle piece.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, if it don't fit, I can't use it.
Yeah. So. For sure. And speaking of not fitting in, sort of fitting in. You know, I think one of my favorite groups around this time is Griselda. Even though I'm wearing a Saba. Shadow Saba. I'm wearing the Saba hoodie. You know, I love Griselda though, cause like the beat selection was what brought me, but I stayed for the lyrics. Like, you know, I love West Side Gun, I love Benny, I love Conway. West Side's my favorite. You know, to be honest, it's the voice. Make me feel like I'm. Hey yo, I feel like I'm in '94, Splinging a Bird or something. I don't know. But you know, I think. You know, I heard the James Brown Flow record, Walter Walker's. You know,
Water Walkers.
Water Walkers.
Big shout out to Water Walkers.
It's it's a play on those. You know, it's a lot of these words I can't pronounce.
It's all good. It's all good.
But you know what I'm saying. But and I'm also watching Breaking Bad, so like Walt is like in my brain right now. I had to go back and do the catalog. You know, I'm like that.
Hey, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's real close.
Yeah, for sure.
Real close.
But you know, I think. You know, that record reminded me of a sort of Griselda-esque, you know, style record where it's like sort of boom bappy, but it's still like hip hop, you know, and it's still like it gives a rapper like an ability to like really get into their like wordplay kind of thing because it slows you down a bit, you know. And I think that joint was like,
oh yeah, no,
that joint blew my mind.
That one with when Water Walk, I'm not even gonna hold you. When Water sent me that one. I was listening to it, I'm like, bruh, the fuck am I ready to do with this beat? Like, you feel me? It was like, and I'm not even gonna hold you. It took me a little minute.
Yeah.
But like once I was able to like really be like, okay, I see how I can attack this one. You know, really rocked out with it. It was I definitely went through a couple starters.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like before I was like, okay, this the one.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one for sure. No, big shout out, Water Walkers, man, because that beat is insane. Your verse is insane.
Appreciate that.
Man, just.
And then
crazy.
On top of that, with that one, I was like, I ain't want to put no hook on it. It's not a hooky.
Yeah, it's not a hook record.
It's not a hooky type of record. That one, you got to walk all the way down to the end of that.
Oh, God. Griselda barely does hooks anyway. So I was like, this is right in my lane.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, it was a quick ad. I've been adding all of these records, but, like, this is a quick ad for me.
I can dig that.
You know what I mean? And we keep going to, like, I want to say, like, July 2022-ish. Okay. You know, like... Feature game is still crazy, like Energy God, you know, M2G, you know what I'm saying, Gold Kipper, you know what I'm saying.
Big shout out to Energy God. Energy God! Yeah, big shout out to Energy God. You feel me?
Yeah. Smoke.
He actually just hit me a while back, like so we can do some work.
Yeah, for sure. I would love to see a collab project with y'all too. I mean, that would be.
Me and Energy?
Yeah.
Well, Energy, you heard that.
I would love to see a collab project. You know, if you don't mind. I mean, because we've seen what you've done with collab projects, like, you know, like, man, Travis Michael.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
Travis, that's my homie.
Yeah.
That's bro right there. Him and T Baby. You get what I'm saying? Like Travis Michael,
Yeah.
When we get, man, listen. With me and Trav, look, I salute Trav because like. Trav has definitely been able to put me in spaces on records. You feel me? Where it's like him and T. You did what I'm saying, and Reese, because all three of them. You did what I'm saying. They've you know put me in spaces with records where it's like, okay, I feel like personally I have to push myself because it's like, okay, I want to meet what I hear.
Sure, for sure.
You dig what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, definitely.
When it comes to those, and this is why it's like me and Trav.
Yeah. Crazy, absolutely crazy. I mean, you know, and even like I want to say the Hoppin' In record, like y'all two on a record is like.
Did you see the video?
I did see the video, and it was dope because it was like.
You want to know what's funny about that video?
What's funny about it?
So that video was shot in 2 different places.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, like he shot that video home and I shot it home. Like and like you like looking at it, you wouldn't even
know y'all wasn't in the same place.
You wasn't even in the same.
Shout out to the editor for sure. Yeah. Who edited it? You know?
A little bit of both of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did
that. He did the final edits. Yeah. He did the final edits on it, but yeah, a little bit of both of us.
Yeah, y'all smoked that for sure. It's a dope record too. He has like a Drake-esque quality. You know what I'm saying? You had like a Meek-esque quality without the yelling, by the way.
Without the yelling.
Without the yelling. No. It was a cool moment because I felt like y'all definitely have a lot of chemistry, a lot of synergy on these records, you know, for sure, and it comes through easily. If y'all haven't listened, please tap in. Of course, listen to all these joints. Like I said, I'm going through them in order for a reason, so make sure you're adding these in order while I'm telling you. So you know, and then we get kind of more recent to, you know, 2022, like the Balanced project, you know, in Balanced Part 2, which sort of like, you know, I think you had mentioned like these are some of your best two bodies of work back to back, you know, and you know, shout out to Tato, that Money Spread record, crazy fire.
Appreciate that. Big shout out to Tato for hopping on that joint with me.
Yeah.
Big shout out to that one.
Big shout out to Tato. I got an open seat for you up here, Tato. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? we gonna link soon. We gonna talk soon. I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
And got slide, sir.
The other record, like, you know, Fuck You With Love, you know what I'm saying? Like, fire. To me, I'm like, I didn't know how much more I was gonna enjoy doing this research, you know, but I was pleasantly surprised that like there's still like bangers, like, and even I think Balance Part 2 is labeled as like a pop album, like.
So
like,
I want something pop R&B.
Yeah.
A little bit of, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A little bit of hip hop.
That's not a bad thing to me. Like if it's labeled as pop, because I think, like I mentioned before, like that versatility is one of the things I'm just looking for. Like especially if I'm doing a long set of research for an artist, it getting monotonous becomes less interesting for me. So like for me to see that you have an extensive range of different sort of aspects of your career that you can sort of reach out to and then show audiences, I can do this, I can do that. You know, to have an album that's titled as pop, you know, is like, that was refreshing. And I was like, bro, like, we might need more artists to like say, fuck it, we want to take over pop. You know what I mean? Or take over rock, or take over, because we started it in the first place. Like, it's Black History Month, if I gotta tell the truth. You know what I mean?
My man Trev, he just released the album project called Night Ride.
Yeah.
It's a whole drum and bass project.
Oh yeah, tap in for sure.
You dig what I'm saying? Man, Travis Michael's Night Ride. Definitely make sure y'all tap into that joint. Yeah. Whole drum and bass project, like it's popping drum and bass. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I might have to tap into that. I frequent the bass a little bit myself. You know what I mean?
Man, listen. When he hit me with those records, I was like, bro, what the.
Smoking it.
Damn, all right, sir. All right.
I gotta go in the studio now.
Gas. For real, gas.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, speaking of gas, like the Distance record with Shoot a God, like real West Coast LA feel
Big
type of record.
I
think that's like July 2023.
Yeah, he sent me that. He was like, dog, I got this record. Like, I want. He was like, I ain't know exactly what I want to do with it. He was like, but I already knew in my head. I already knew somebody who would. He was like, I'm hitting you up, like, to see what you do with it. And I sent it back to him. I was like, is this what you was looking for? He's like, no, that's exactly what I was looking for. You know, so it's like, yeah, all right, bet, cool.
No, for sure. It definitely felt like Blast and Bino. Like, you know, I love like that West Coast sound. And Blast, one of my favorite artists over there right now.
I wanted to give something refreshing.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like something that creates a vibe. You dig what I'm saying? So, yeah. From a vibey perspective.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Shout out perspective. You know what I'm saying? I know you got bars. All right, cool. Damn, now I gotta come up with a bar.
It's all good.
We go back and forth now.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? July 2023, you keep going. I think there was the infamous like video, the For Fargo open verse joint. You know what I'm saying? She'll Be Okay. You know what I'm saying? Man. All right, here's my thing.
People rock with that. They really rock.
I fucking love that joint. That remix you did, I fucking love that shit.
I'm a For Fargo. Look, man, listen. No beef against Jacques. You putting Jacques on it?
Nah,
but I know you seen my verse, brother. It's alright. You can put 2 remixes out. I'm just saying.
It's easy.
You feel me?
It's easy.
You feel me? I let you.
Yeah, I mean,
we can talk
most of it's already
about
done
that.
anyway.
Exactly. The verse is done. You feel me? Like, and people love it. Go check them comments.
Fire.
People love it.
I need to leave a comment.
Yeah, no, for real. People love it. Go check them comments, man.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Even the Strike remix, like Strike, one of my favorite Yachty joints, and like you walked on that joint. Like, I think you might have just liked the beat, and it was like, all right, yeah, now I got it.
You want to know what's crazy?
Nah,
Because Strike, I came across Strike, and I was like, yo, this joint is wavy as fuck. Like, and then I was playing, like, I was playing it in the club at the night shift. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, nah, I gotta hop on it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So.
Got to. No, for sure. I mean, damn, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, you know, we get up kind of closer. Like, the High record made me want to hop on some shit. Like, me listening to High, like, the video drops, and it even puts a exclamation point on what I was already feeling when I heard the record. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because now, you know, I already love the original High record. That joint is already one of my all-time joints. You know what I mean? Yeah. Used to be a big pothead, so of course you already know.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know, but for me, it was like even more interesting to see that it was a sample of a sample, right? Because the song that we know, was a sample of a previous song,
right?
And then now it's like the third level of sampling. You sampled the song that samples that song, you know, in your High record, you know, and even the video with the skits. At the same time, you were in the dispensary, and you were doing the skits, like the intro skits, you know, and in between the record, you was throwing the skits in, and then, like, cut, skit, boom, then get right back into the record. And it's the vibe never stopped. And, you know, not to bring up Vibe Studio again. I always shameless plug. But tell us about that record, because High, I think, is still living its own life, you know, and everybody is listening to it. Everybody's, like, tapping in with that record.
Yeah, no, in fact, it's funny because that record is definitely still, like, running. Yeah. Like, Julian Newman. Hit me just earlier this morning. It was like, bro, like, somebody put me onto that record. The record's hard. It's like, oh, I went and looked them up. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't follow sports, but when I looked them up, I seen a blue check and looked them up. It's like, oh, all right, that's a bet. So, but no, High, like, it's funny because High came about. I was literally what the song said. I was up early. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? Like, it was like, because I record, like, random parts of the day. Right. Like, you feel me? Sure. Including super dumbass early in the morning, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. So, I was up, like, maybe, like, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning.
And 4 a.m. session type time.
You feel me? Like, smoking, you feel me? And I was just like, I was probably looking at what I was smoking or breaking down, you feel me, while I was rolling the blunt. And it just, as I was listening to the beat, it just came. You did what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do a song that, like, one hits, two, every smoker will be able to relate to.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
And on any aspect of that, you dig what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, from, you know, if, like, me coming to make sure I get what I paid for, you feel me? Or you feel me? If you ain't got something, I'm gonna hit my homie, you feel me? Oh yeah, he gonna send me a menu. Yeah, you dig what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like,
that's a fact. Yeah.
So, or even down to the visuals, like, so with the visuals, you feel me? I wanted to give, you feel me, that nostalgic feeling from next Friday. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. So like with that, you know, like, I felt like it would fit. And big shout out to Venom Smoke Shop for letting me do that. You dig what I'm saying? For sure. Definitely big shout out, man. I think,
I might have to play that after this. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I might have to. I'm gonna put Soldier in the lineup. I'm gonna do Renegade.
But you gonna have to play High first.
And for sure. That's gonna be in the playlist. But then you know, you're gonna do it up next. It's High for sure. I mean, and I briefly mentioned East Point Mall, you know, and I was confusing two videos because I think, you know, Life is Great, Life is Good, you know, is that record is on its own incredible. But then you get the extra, you know, the background, you know, of being at East Point and JCPenney, you know what I mean, like trying the jewelry on, like that to me was like, it felt like honestly, you're speaking pretty honest on these records in terms of like portraying what you're seeing on the video, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's like hand in hand. I never feel like I'm watching a video of yours and then I hear the music and it just doesn't match. Like,
Right.
your intent was to sort of do something that matches the song.
Right.
Tell me about sort of. I think there was some suggestions that were made for you to while you were doing that video. Tell me about just making that video because I fuck with the video and the song is fire. So it's like October 2023.
It's funny. So when I thought about doing the video for Life's Great, I told big shout out to Fresh Money Media. I told Fresh, I was like, bro, I want to run through a JCPenney and just run. He was like, what you mean? I just want to run through a JCPenney and just do dumb shit.
Yeah.
He was like, you sure
bucking
that's
at the
gonna
mannequin and shit.
Yeah, like you should. I'm like, yeah, like you sure you want to do that? Like, yeah, like you feel me? Because it's different. You feel me? And big shout out to Croc with the Checkpoint TV.
Big shout out. Yeah,
big shout out. He was like, bro, like, how about we start inside and come out? You feel me? You know, and like I was like, you know what, that is a good idea. That way, in the event that we do get stopped, which I was already kind of expecting, you feel me, security like pulling up to us trying to say something.
Yeah.
He was like, you know, we'd already have the footage we need.
Right,
you know?
right.
So yeah, big shout out to East Point Security too.
Nah.
Y'all late. Y'all late. I'm just saying.
Late as hell.
Yeah, y'all was late because they pulled up to us like after we already wrapped up.
No, for sure.
Yeah, so it was like, you know.
Y'all late. Life is great.
Hey, y'all late. Life's great.
That's my
Life's
bar.
good.
All right. We're just gonna leave it there. Don't rebuttal.
You
You
got that. You got that.
You know, I told you it's gonna be a lengthy interview.
It's all good.
Get through all of this. You know
It's
what
all
I'm saying?
good. I told you I'm with it. Let's get it.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of get into a closing now. So
Okay.
like I do want to ask because, you know, the Silly record is coming up.
March
you know what I
13th.
mean? March 13th.
Yep.
I want to ask you about that record and, you know, your future plans. You know, I know you're doing a lot with 1924. You know what I mean? You're working hard. You're putting in the extra hours. You're, you know, honing in on every project you're thinking of and piecing things together for yourself and your career. I want to know what's some of your next steps and what can we expect in the next 2 years. And, of course, tell us about that Silly record.
So the Silly record that I actually just dropped the official lyric video today. So you feel me? That's on everywhere. That's everywhere. YouTube. You feel me? Instagram, TikTok. They want to see me be great. They muted it, but it's alright. We're gonna try. We're gonna try to get that. We're gonna try to get that together.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just saying TikTok. Let's get it together. But no, March 13th, the video also drops. You dig? As well as the official song.
Yeah.
And with the video, I wanted to do something. Definitely do something. Not your average mic check. Not your average one mic video.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you know, there's a lot of normal one mic videos that the artists be doing.
Don't get me started.
Listen, like, they all normal to me. It's getting oversaturated with just the one what's the name? So, like, I wanted to do this one a little different.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It's, I wanted to do that one a little different. So, March 13th, it's also my grandma's birthday.
Oh, dope!
Yeah,
Big shout out, Grandma.
Yeah, so
You know what I mean? Happy birthday.
I wanted to drop that then.
That's dope.
Coming up, I mean, it's a bunch of stuff in motion. You feel me? Some I can't really speak on right now. But as far as singles, you feel me? I got a couple bangers coming up. I got a record we re-releasing called Toxic Love. About to get the video done for that. The other stuff I really can't put out there right now. So
No spoilers.
You just gonna have to like really actually tune in and just, you know, keep up.
Yo, for sure.
Let's see. I am also working on continuing to work on the Fuck Your Beat series. So right now I'm just doing them exclusively to TikTok and Instagram.
Okay.
So
that's 3, right?
This is like I'll say 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
I like that actually.
That's hard.
Fuck your beat 3.5.
It's funny.
You heard it here. You heard it here first.
Yeah, you definitely heard it here
World
first.
premiere,
You
son.
feel me? You feel me? Fuck your boy. Fuck your beat 3.5. You feel
That's
me?
fire.
It's funny because like only certain few people know about the cover of Fuck Your Beat 1. Yeah.
Interesting.
If you know about if you know about the cover of Fuck Your Beat 1.
It looks like a very precarious situation. I'm not even gonna lie.
Listen.
Not even gonna lie.
Listen. If you know, you know. Just know it's a bold statement. It's a bold statement.
All right.
Bold statement.
But I'm continuing that series.
Sure.
And working on a couple singles I got coming that got in the works.
Yeah.
Just gotta tune in.
Yeah, for sure. I can't wait. I cannot wait, man. Absolutely, the infamous They Call Me Dog is in the building, man. Tell them one more time where they can follow you, man.
Man, you can follow me everywhere at They Call Me Dog. That's DEYCALLMEDOG. You feel me? That's only one G with the DE. Take the TH off. Yeah.
Use your Ebonics, son.
Use your Ebonics.
It's
you feel
Black
me?
History Month, son.
That's even another more reason why you
Come
should.
on, man.
You feel me? They Call Me Dog.
They Call Me Dog,
all
son.
together one word like a pimp named Slickback.
Absolutely, like a Tribe Called Quest, man.
Tribe Called Quest. You feel me?
You gotta say the whole title,
Yeah,
man.
all one breath.
Man, you heard it first, man. They Call Me Dog is in the building, man. Always a pleasure, bro.
I appreciate you for real.
Absolutely, man. You already know what it is, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
You gotta have me back. You definitely gotta have me back.
Absolutely. I mean, we gotta do the recap. You know,
Oh,
once the new music drops, once the new visual drops, we gotta come on, man.
I
We gotta
got
recap.
a bunch of more coming.
Absolutely. I believe you. Based on the amount of research I've done. You had me working hard as a I don't even call myself a journalist, but I felt like a journalist going through your entire catalog, which is good for me because it's making me better. But I enjoyed it every step of the way.
I'm glad you enjoyed the catalog for real.
Absolutely. It's fire. I know it's going to get better for me, and it's just the beginning, you know what I'm saying? I look forward to more motion, more videos, more singles, more EPs, more albums, more whatever your brain can think of, even those, stop motion animation videos or whatever your brain can come up with. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen,
I cannot wait to see it.
I just came across some things that listen. You remember? I don't know if you remember Chain saying some of the ideas I got may sound weird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I felt that.
That hit you personally.
It hit me personally. But they gonna hit. Watch.
No, for sure. And I absolutely look forward to it. We're going to root for you. We here at Vibe Studios in Ground 3. We're looking forward to absolutely everything you got. And I know it's just the tip of the iceberg. Like, this is just the beginning of the journey. This is just the foundation. You got everywhere to go from here. You know what I mean? And before you leave, I got to leave you with a sacred, short Baltimore proverb, and that is keep doing what you're doing.
I always will. I'm going to keep doing it. I tell people I'm going to keep going till life stop, and it already tried already.
Oh, yeah, we ain't even get into that, by the way. But that's for part 2. I got to leave him with something.
Can dig it.
Absolutely, man. Once again, it's your boy, Mike on the mic from the Vibe Perspective Podcast. Tapped in with my guys at Ground 3 Radio. DJ OK, man, calling that 443-377-1872. Again, the number is 443-377-1872. Leave a message about my guy. They call me Dog. You know what I'm saying? One of his performances, one of his videos, one of his motions, one of his albums, one of his mixtapes, anything you want, man. Whatever you like. Next interview is coming up soon. Let's keep it locked from Vibe Studios and Ground 3, man. Let's keep the vibe alive, man. Peace. We out of here. Let's go.
Whoa. It's your boy, They Call Me Dog, and I'm right here at Ground 3 Media. You feel me? Tapped in with Mike on the mic. You already know what it is. If you rocking with him, how I'm rocking with him, you already know.